We all love to talk about speeds and feeds, and we're no different. We love to talk about our AirDial and the fact that there's a couple key things within the device that I think sets us apart. One is there's an LCD screen on that device. That LCD screen gives you local visibility. So I highlighted the software gives you a global view. The LCD screen gives you a local view. So when we do a migration over to AirDial, we are now able to identify the lines and label them so that you now know that port 1 is alarm, port 2 is elevator, etc. And that makes it easy to actually find the proper placement from a signaling perspective. Now I mentioned signal because you know what? Most people when they hear signal, that's the first thing they get worried about when it comes to LTE-driven solutions. How am I going to get it if it's going into an equipment room or the basement? Well, we built the device taking that into account. We actually optimized the chipset more for signal than actual throughput. And so with our LTE providers and with the optimizing of the signal, we're well over 90% success rate in obtaining that signal. And we also have antenna options. So know that even if we're deep in the basement, we have higher gained antennas, we have antenna extensions. We can leverage 50 or 100-foot options. And another thing you can do, it's the inside wiring is typically fine. It's the exterior wiring we're always concerned about that is deteriorating. So if you want to leverage your inside wiring to re-terminate into another area of the building, by all means you can do that. So obtaining signal, not an issue. With our LTE providers like T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, we have that carrier diversity. In Canada, we work with Bell and Rogers, but it's not just LTE. So on the device, we do have an Ethernet port. And I strongly recommend everybody, where they're able to ride over LTE and ride over a terrestrial line, an Ethernet connection. And when you have both connected or when you have multiple egresses, we turn on what's called multipath technology. It's a patented solution that Ooma's had for years in our UCaaS environment. And what this does in essence is if you have an emergency call that is up and active, it will duplicate every voice packet and send it over those multiple routes. So consider this. You're the one stuck in an elevator. You press the emergency button. One of the call routes is impacted, whether it's the LTE or Ethernet. That call will stay up on the other route. So you won't have that extra anxiety when a call drops. It stays up. It truly is fail-safe from that perspective. So when you think about the software and the hardware and how we're delivering this, you can see why this is perfect for those fire alarms and security panels and elevators, environmental controls like boiler rooms, HVACs, refrigeration systems. You can see why this might be very valuable for just E911 backup to your premises solutions like your Cisco call managers, your Avias, or your Mitel PBXs. A variety of different areas that this fits nicely. I know you're eager to learn more, but unfortunately I'm going to make you wait for the next episode.